What do I like the most about Coventry?
Oh, the people there. We got the best people in the world, hands down.
It's just like a very hungry place. I think everybody's quite hungry. And I feel like we're quite unseen. Do you know what I mean? As like a city. So I feel like that's what I love, is like everyone has kind of shared goal to be bigger, to make the city bit better.
Coventry it's a really creative city, so it doesn't matter if it's like music, videos, art, pictures, like there's loads and loads of creatives in Coventry.
Just Coventry in general, I just like the fact that it's quiet, it's not busy, it's not loud, it's just calm, do you get what I mean? When I come back here, it's time to reflect and just chill, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know, I like that there's options, like, for example, when it comes to food, if you want Indian food, you can have that. You want Chinese food, it's there. You want Turkish food, it's there. You want English food, it's there. You want African food, like, everything's there. And because of that, like, that's because there's so many different cultures in Coventry, and there's so many nice people that I've met from different places. So like, I like that about Coventry.
I like, you know what's crazy? But every time I go out, like if I go out and I go out with like a group of Cov guys, like, and then everyone's like, oh, they're from Cov as well, they're from Cov. And it's just like, I don't know, I feel like when you're from Cov, you have a specific personality trait. Like it's just, it's injected litness. I don't know why, but it is. That's how I see it anyway.
The Specials did an amazing thing for the city. They were able to bridge the gap of, you know, of colour, in essence, man. They were able to have white and black musicians, and they were able to gig around the country at a time where it was frowned upon to have a band that was integrated in that way, you know. But they saw the bigger vision and the bigger picture, and I feel like Coventry as a whole has that great sense of community. You know, you can be from different parts of the world or different parts of the country, or, you know, have a different race, but then there's always community. Coventry definitely has a sound, 100%. It 100% does have a sound. I mean, like I was saying to one of the guys the other day, I feel like we, as Cov artists, we've been given the special opportunity to almost stand on the shoulder of other giants that have come before us. You know, I feel like Cov music has always been a form of activism, irrespective of how it sounds. It might sound like, you know, bumpy and vibey, you know, go from the Specials to the Enemy, but there's always a message behind it. And I feel like we carry that on. You know, if you look at Parsley, what he's been able to do with Frontline being his first hit, but then he's talking about what's really going on in the socially, economically struggling area. You know what I mean? But then it's a vibe as well. But then you're deep in like, right, okay, there's so many issues happening in this area because of politics. But yeah, so I feel like as a sound, we definitely have a sound. We have a sound of activism.
I think Coventry has a tone, definitely, instead of a sound. I think there's a lot of different type of artists in Coventry, but I think whenever like a big artist has come through so far, they've kind of just been themselves. So it's weird. I don't think there's like one signature sound, but I do think everybody is kind of their own person.
Coventry is in such a diverse place because a lot of people here, they got different backgrounds. You know, they're people with African heritage, people with European heritage, people with Asian heritage, people with Jamaican heritage, and that creates proper unique sound here in Coventry, something that's on the rise.
That's the beauty about Cov. It is literally that diverse, right? Maybe, yeah, it's not Bristol, maybe it's not Manchester, but it is definitely a cauldron pot for a fact. And I think for Cov, the unity of it is it's kind of like it all intertwines, and eventually things they mingle in, right? So who knows what the Cov sound will be is the question. That's what I want to know.
My name is Junior, surname NRB, music artist from Coventry. Been doing it for like the past 4 or 5 years. Describe my sound. My sound is something completely unique. I feel like it's a mix between like mainstream rap with like the alternative sort of sounds. Mix of everything in there, man. Something unique with Junior. I think there's certain people in Coventry that get it. But I think as a whole, Coventry, not even just Coventry, but the whole UK is very narrow-minded.
My name's Dylan. aka D9 from Coventry. I'm an artist manager / A&R and part-time player, you get me? I'm joking. Today I'm shooting with one of my artists, Junior NRB. One of his tracks, singles coming out in a few weeks. 28th of May, it will be out on all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all of that. We're just shooting a video for that today. And yeah, we're here, get me.
So my name's Fazman, I'm from COV, and I'm a videographer and editor. Junior himself, the guy that's spitting behind me that we're shooting a music video for right now, he's cold. I think he's gonna be next up, like guaranteed. And that's not me just saying that because I'm a videographer like that. I'm a meaning that.
Ooh, who's next to blow in the city? I have to say Junior NRB. I'm not being biased. I have to say Junior, their spender as well.
In terms of blow, if we're talking urban scene, Spender's up next, man. Spender's up next.
Yeah, I'm Spender from Coventry, Binley, born and raised. Been here most of my life, like all my life. It's where I grew up, innit? Like, I won't act like I used to hang here all the time. I didn't really like chilling in the area because, like, as you can see, what is there? Like, my closest friends don't live in this area. So we'd all link up and do something. But obviously, man grew up here. I know a lot of people around here. Used to play football here, you know what I'm saying? I've done a lot around here. So yeah, it was kind of, and obviously it's where I live in it. I come to this shop, like they know me and I use it. So it was just like it looks all right for video. So yeah, it's cool, innit?
Star in the hood, but baby I ain't tinchy. M keeps a Z, all he has is flicky. Giving me the silent treatment, why this go so tricky? Went to hit the RF, but the play got sticky.
I think what mainly got me into rap was probably like 50 Cent. Probably 50 Cent, because I used to like his music videos were very extravagant. He always had nice cars, nice girls, and woo. So that proper got me into rap. And then from there, I think I just started rapping, innit? Jay, I remember I DM'd Jay time ago, because obviously I've followed his journey for a while, innit? Because he's like my cousin's his close friend and whatnot. And obviously I showed him that seeing him do it was inspiring to me, innit? Because it was like raw. It can actually be done.
His rise, I would say it came quick, but it was deserved, innit? Like the work that he put in for the 2 years before that, constantly, literally here, studio every day, late night, just grafting, working hard, and yeah, it paid off, man. It paid off. I managed Cooley as well, so Cooley is a producer from Coventry, Punjabi heritage. He's got his own sound, his own flavour that he's trying to bring into the scene as well, and yeah, it's worked. He's brought in his style with Jay and Pa as well. And yeah, man, everyone's just growing, everyone's doing their thing still.
Bro, putting COV on the map is amazing. Like the likes of Pa, Jay, I think that's kind of sick, because before them, like all man knew from Coventry was just like the enemy or just some random. But they're not random, they did amazing. They did amazing, but all we knew, there wasn't really much from the urban scene kind of thing.
See, with people like Parsaloo and having success coming from Coventry, it's I'd say it's had a great effect on the city, because there's many people who maybe didn't take their music so seriously before Parsaloo.
I feel like them guys they deserve the roses. You know, I feel like there should be a show. I feel like radio stations here should have a mad show, whatnot here, and just give them guys the roses that they deserve, because they have done a lot for the city, and that can be quite inspirational for the younger generation.
Parsaloo is gone off the rip, like, he's one of my favourite artists at the minute. What he's doing is insane. Like, touring the UK, then going out to Gambia, putting on a massive show. I think like 30,000 people or something came out. And I think he's got a big journey ahead of him as well. It's like diversity and the way he can go is amazing.
Their successes, like Pa and Jay, I've definitely left and created a atmosphere where it's possible. You know, I feel like it's a saying of, you know, you can only become what you can see, right? And I feel like young people seeing that it's possible to reach these realms of like of getting a hit in the top charts, or getting million streams and performing with different people, and you know, getting to that place where, you know, you might be labeled one of the top 10 artists in the country and you're from COV. You know, it's great for young people to see that, because it just shows the possibilities of what can come from you just being good at what you're doing and grinding so hard that people can't deny your gift, or just because of where you're from.
Yo, what's going on? It's the One Reaps. You get me, Frontline. We're here in Frontline today. This evening, you get me, around the blocks. What inspires my song? I'd say like the environment, you get me, the way I grew up and the people around me. I had like a big musical influence growing up, my family and stuff. My mum was a singer in a band. She kind of introduced me to music. So like I used to listen to the soul like from early, you get me? She was in like a reggae band. So I used to just get me vibes to that growing up. Like I remember she used to go on tour with the band and shit. Me and my older brother used to be in like the back of this van. And this van used to have like no seats and shit, you know what I'm trying to say? And fucking, we're just there like on the way to, like she'd be performing in like a random place in a random town, like Quay, you know what I'm trying to say? And we used to watch. I was probably like, what, 7, 8 years old, something like that. So I used to see my mum going through all of that kind of hustle and shit. And I don't know, man, I just kind of, she used to inspire me. I used to think, yo, my mum, she's like a influential woman. I used to see her on the stage, like strong. I want to be like that, you get me? Man's from Hills, born and raised, you get me? Not far from the old football ground. Wouldn't say I come from like a rough background, like, you know what I'm trying to say? I grew up with my mum, my brothers. Things weren't easy, things weren't too tough. Obviously, the streets were like a major influence. Growing up in Hillfields and shit. Hillfields is a crazy place. Diverse, it's very diverse, man. There's a lot of culture here. There's a lot of good, there's a lot of community, but there's also a lot of bad things. That's the same with everywhere, you know what I mean? It's alright, man. I hate the council, I'm not gonna lie. Council's bullshit. They don't do nothing for nobody, man. They're just like, they're money grabbers. Whenever like they get money like injected into the funding, they just find ways to like stuff their pockets, and then people like at the bottom suffer. You know what I mean? Like even the whole bin strike situation is bollocks. Like people shouldn't be getting underpaid anyway. Like if money's getting put into the system, I want to see that shit being used like efficiently, not like just watching them fucking run expenses off that shit and rinse the expenses, and then whatever's left over they just stuff it somewhere and make it look like they spent something. One of these bullshit campaigns and that. That's what I hate about this city, man, the most. But then obviously in turn that has a knock-on effect on people out here trying to make something of themselves, and then in turn people have bad attitudes. So like a lot of people have bad attitudes here, and that's another thing I hate.
It's the whole narrative of being sent to Coventry. You know what I mean? Like without even you probably realising this, it's embedded in your subconscious, thinking like, I'm from COV, like, oh, what good can come out of COV?
Spin on me in a passenger, savage, burn up the messenger, friend of one up, then I'm onto you.
What's your name? King Salu. Where you from? COV, hashtag city of violence. I what? Look.
The city is violent. You know, Parsley talked about it, it's a violent city.
I mean, from what, you know, the everyday person might not see like what we see when we're out here, but you know, there's a lot of things going on here. Like he's not lying.
I definitely think Coventry lives up to that because, I mean, COV Live is where it's at. There's so much stuff I hear about or see or go past that wasn't on the newspapers.
Sometimes it can just get a little bit too mad, like around the ends and stuff, like unnecessarily as well. Like
I don't like saying that, yo, this is a city of violence. There's no pride in that, because like, yo, you want this place to be known for like a welcoming city.
The thing is, if we're talking factual, violence has always had a positive effect on the music scene, no matter where you are in the world, because people want to live up to that.
Obviously, some ways, some men are glorifying the things that they've actually done, and you know, they're like fucking incriminating themselves, shit like that. That's where the negative side comes to it. Like, man, they incriminate themselves and literally giving themselves up to the feds, because the feds are listening to this shit. I'm trying to say. I know, man, I don't want to say names, but I know, man, that have been, like, the feds have landed on them, like, yo, we're listening to your tunes. You know what I'm trying to say? We know what's going on in that, and you're thinking, yo, you need to watch what you're saying, man.
Basically, obviously, listen, I don't start saying, I'm not bad man say fuck feds in that tune. If you look back, I don't talk like that, I've never had. The police, they pull up to me first, and they said to me, "You right, Shakivelli?" I said, what the fuck what do you mean, Shakivelli? He said, "Any new music coming out yet, mate?" I was like, what? I was like, what are you listening? I'm not exactly getting millions of views, bro. I get a couple of thousand, if that. So I was shocked, you get me? I said, what, are you listening to something? He said, I'm your #1 fan, mate. So I'm generally talking to them. I'm not just saying that in a lyric. When I say fuck feds, you can have this verse. We're not a gang, we're just family first. Because they're saying, what's real side then? Is it a gang? Nah, bro. I'm going to make that clear right now. This ain't no gang. That's more like Take That, JLS. This is a boy band. Yeah? We are no gang team. When it's music, this is a musical movement. There's no gang association going on. In real side, it's not a gang. It's not a gang, it's a boy band. Yeah? PC. So boom, obviously Shaq, aka Shakivelli, artist from Coventry, Hillfields, real side, you know what I mean? Obviously I used to fuck with the next man, he did music, and see me, a lot of my mates did tunes, and I was always helping them with lyrics. And then obviously, you know, like if I was pissing about writing a verse, man saying, yo, you write hard. Say, why don't you write some bars? So I tried it, you get me? Then I did that little thing with JK and fucking that other fucking, you get me? Then boom, from there, it just went from there. The response was semi-alright. Obviously it weren't popping, but I was shocked, so I just kept it moving, innit? And then from there, yo, I started feeling myself. So boom, I rap now. you know what I'm saying? Basically, I believed JD was that hard. Like, I didn't believe in myself, so I used to think, right, JD's hard. Like, I wanted him to rap because I knew he had a chance, if you know what I'm trying to say. So he's like, nah, fuck that, I don't want to rap. So basically, I said, well, if I do a tune, jump on it. He's not going to say no to that. My first 4 tunes, if you look, JD's in all of them. I always thought JD makes the sound hard. I'm just on it because otherwise he won't be. I just wanted to will to hear my boy. But then people started saying, yo, you're hard as well, you know. So basically I was like, alright, let's save. So then eventually, you know, when I made that one freestyle with you, man, and I got 10k in 1 week on my channel and I had like 3 subscribers. So I was quite shocked by that. Like, that means you have to type in Shakivelli correctly, and like, I didn't promote it, so I was very shocked. People wanted to watch me. People started saying, you're hard. And at first, I never liked listening to myself. I was so cringy, I couldn't listen to my songs, none of my songs. No Way is probably one of the first songs where I felt like I found my flow. Real Sad to the Grave, Flick the Stove and Whip the 8. Like, I always grew up, as far as I'm aware, I clock good talent before it blows. I'm always like, my man's hard, So when I think someone's hard, as far as I'm aware, they got big talent. When I made myself go with my own lyrics, I thought I'm getting hard. Like, I could start listening to myself now. So then I was just, and they'll be like it's someone else. I'm thinking, rah, like that's hard. And I'm like, pull it back. There's been so many new MCs. Like, I'm not saying it's because of me, but before, there was no one. There was Rick, bro. Like, I remember what I said to you. and then I jumped on it and I dragged JD in there with me, so it was me and JD. Then before you know it, like, I'm not claiming anyone's this that, but then like, you got and they started rapping just after. Then you had like all these a variety of different man. Not saying they did it because of me, but I set the wave. I reminded Hillfields what we can do. I woke Hillfields back up.
Shakavelli, I feel like he's done a big, like he's done numbers, you get me? If anything, he's helped a lot of people do their thing in the city. I feel like, I don't know, maybe give me Shaq Pot. I don't even want to say too much, you know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like Shaq Pot and a lot of artists, like like, if it weren't for Shaq though, certain people wouldn't be, you get me? So like Shaq, I rate Shaq, therefore. And
I came through, I felt like I gave a lot of people the edge. Like even Part, like Wallahi, I'm not trying to name drop, call his name out, that's my boy, from back in the day. He said to me, yo Shaq, Wallahi my bro, if it weren't for you, he's like, I wouldn't have even never made a song. You know, like, I'm not saying it's because of me he blew, but it was me that gave him the idea that yo, because I was there first, like there weren't no one in Hillfields at that current time making music. There was way before me, but at that current time, there was no one in Hillfields. I made them first few videos and I lit the spark back up. So now, I've been quiet for a little minute, I feel like yo, the flare's lit. Like, to me, I'm proud of that. I'm not claiming that, but I'm proud of that. I see the litness now and I see talent around here.
I can put my hand on 1 million people in Coventry that are next to blow. Yo, like Mugen, K1, Loudy, Flavor, Lex Black, Mike Ray.
You know, Tino Lacking, Dollars.
Artists, so-and-so, Hustler.
Shakavelli, Reaps, Hard. You know what I'm saying? J Diz, Big T.
You got Blasino, amazing artists. You got Wizzy, you got Icy.
Baby Blacks, Steezy, AB.
T Demba and Kumi, innit?
3A, Code.
Boats, Sans.
Listen, I've not stopped yet. Big up Sans.
Sans? Is his name Sans?
Cold. I feel like Sans. The way it's going right now, if he makes the right moves, yeah. I feel like he's next up, man.
Jason Statham, wow. I'm trying to get a man shot like Dennis. Why one gun, no badge, and I change for the gram like edits. You main bitch one tech it, fried at my face in Venice. Bro still serving shots, coming like indoor tennis.
The Sense from Coventry, you get me, artist. You get me the next big thing, man. Watch out.
See, today we're just being alive for Sense, just gonna chill on the block. Just show you a couple of spots around. So, you know, BP right now, gonna fly courts, gonna fly to Leisure, walk down to Green Bars and then, yeah man, you get me? Yeah man. Bro, see when I went to London for the Roddy?
Yeah.
Bro, supposed to link up here, what time is it? 1. Supposed to link here at 11. Supposed to link here at 11? Bro, left at 2. Bro, we're here waiting for the man them and that. I'm saying, yo, where is all the guys? Like, we're just waiting. I'm thinking, yo, what's going on? Ring man. Oh, around the corner. I'm on the same road. I'm looking down the road.
No, later.
I'm looking down the road.
Gone cold now.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
George might as well just record bad shit apart. What time do you call this? I'm at BP now.
Not left hand, bro. Right hand.
How did I get into music? I'll say from when I was in secondary school, I seen one of my brethren made a song that popped off, and it just motivated me. I just thought, you know what? Let me just jump on a beat and see what I can do in it.
Cause you have a man like that, you have Woods down there, you have Henley Green here, so close. Henley Green, Mana, BP, there's Woods and that, you get all those local.
See, me and the man them always used to just mess about anyway, just jump on beats and just freestyle for jokes and that. Then man used to just do it, man said, yo, you're hard, like you should actually do it, like serious and that, and yeah. And I'm here now, innit? What inspires my sound? I would say old grime, like Skepta, D-E-E, Temper T, and then some of the new stuff like AJ Tracy. I feel like he inspires me a lot. You get me? Obviously, this is where we filmed 100%. You get me? Done the shot over there on top of there. Got the flaps. Oh, you'll see in the summer, not even in the summer, the whole year round, you'll see man at courts. Whether it's gal, whether it's man, whether it's the youths, anyone, you'll see them at courts. You go courts for one day, you'll see them. You get me? Coventry's Eiffel Tower right there. Get me? Infamous. Infamous, mate. That's an infamous, infamous, bro. It's infamous. Infamous, bro. It's infamous. Bro. Nah, bro, it's infamous, bro. Fast, infamous.
No, it's not, bro. What? So what do you say? Jay-Z's what? Famous.
I said Jay-Z's infamous.
Bro, what? You say Jay-Z's famous? It's famous.
Famous.
Is that
infamous?
infamous?
It's infamous.
Ah, bro, you're fresh, fam.
Bro, this is just the ends, man. Like, you get me, a lot of shit's happened there. It's just the ends, man. It's a community, innit? At the end of the day, it's a community that you get me, the farm. Infamous.
What are you saying though?
Infamous, like I said before, the
I'm
Eiffel Tower,
the
courts.
Infamous.
Go on.
Infamous. You get me? A lot of videos been done here. You get me? This is where the man will just chill, link up.
Saf one.
I like boats. You get me? He's loaded, man. Got hella shit in the pipeline. Watch out for his music coming soon. Trust me. See Banzo. You get me? Banzo loading as well. You get me? Some fire dropping soon. Something like that. Green bars.
Yo.
5 minutes down the road.
Let me just spit it, please.
You get me? 5 minutes down the road. The ends is just the ends, innit? Everything about it is just like homely, the environment, good people. You'll see the maddest of people as well. You get me? You see just nitties walking down the street that are just there. They might be doing a mad something or whatever. Like I've said, the ends is what I like most about Coventry, innit? Obviously green bars, obviously school days. After school, this is where all the man are linking up. You get me? All the man from fucking Wiseman, Grace, link up here, chatting the shit. You get me? So we just stay here for a hot set. Like, this is a proper infamous spot. Everyone in the ends knows about the spot. All the fights, here, everything. You see everything down here. This is the entertainment spot. And show them.
This is where I had my first fight right here.
I remember that fight still.
Right here.
A lot of shit still.
Down there. Used to be caravans down there. Used to egg the gypsy people and run off from there. Remember them days, man? School days.
Little kids just having fun with it, like unruly, fam. Bitch, bro, just didn't give a shit.
Right now you're locked into DJ High Grade, the baddest, the people's DJ, the people's choice. So like, with DJing, I love DJing and all, but it wasn't always my calling. I started off doing music and I thought I was gonna be the next Jay-Z. Like, man thought he was the stuff, do you know what I mean? And then with that, like, I did a few shows that paid me a little bit, but man didn't really get too much peas. So I started working at this bar and I was a bar manager, but then the DJ was getting $350 a night. Christmas week for 2 weeks, he was getting double pay every night and he was working like 4 or 5 nights a week. I was like, mad, this guy's getting more than me and I'm his manager. So literally I quit my job, bought DJ equipment with all my savings and I started DJing. And then I had a gig at a club in COV called Igloo and the owner just kept me on since then. And then I went to the next level and obviously man's still trying to get to a certain spot, but that's how it all started. My view on the COV nightlife, there's not enough going on. Coventry used to be popping. I remember when you used to have Jumping Jacks, Mortimers, Careys, and then you had Igloo, you had Calabash, African Village. All of these spots were all good and people had choices of where to go out. But like now you've still got the likes of Jumping Jacks, but then you still you don't really have all the other clubs like African Village, Calabash, and all of those places had to close down. And I feel like with the scene, you've only got like really one urban club in Coventry, which would be that club.
I think nightlife in Cov needs to up its game. I'm just being truthful. Nightlife in Cov needs to up its game.
My least favourite thing about the city is probably the lack of things to do, man. I can't lie, bro. Like, as in like nightlife-wise.
I think what it lacks is it lacks enough spaces and it lacks enough venues for people to go intermingle and all this kind of stuff, because really and truly, what is the point of music, right? We are meant to go and experience it with other people, experience it with each other. I think at the moment what lacks with Coventry is there's this mad cauldron pot of like everyone just constantly recording, constantly making music, constantly making videos. What I would say at this moment, there's not enough performances and not enough events.
I think there definitely needs to be more venues, but more venues in a structure of like, so you have like the record shop that is like 50, 60 people, and then the next ones is like 500. I think we need more venues that's like 50 to 150 to then 250. Do you know what I mean? We need more of a structure, because for an artist, like, you know, even if you got to a point where you can sell that like 50 person, it's like, what do you do next? It's like, we're gonna have to go to Birmingham, aren't we?
When people blow in Cov, they have to leave. You have to leave. You actually have to leave. Like, you can't just stay in Cov because there's actually nothing. Like, what are you gonna do?
I do feel there's a shortage of places, venues where people can perform, and personally, I don't feel like it's down to the fact that there's no venues. It's the fact that venues don't want to put them kind of things on, because the Coventry urban scene is looked down upon, the way I look at it, because when you want to put on urban artists for an open mic or for a show, venue owners look at that as trouble, and they don't want to bring trouble to their venue. I see myself as someone in the Coventry urban scene, and I don't go around stabbing people. I've put on so many shows where nobody's got hurt, nothing's happened, but you say this to people and they just look at you like, it's hard trying to be a promoter, because when you go to certain venues, when you're pitching your idea to the club owners, you can see the look on their faces that they already don't want that. I myself have tried to put on so many events where you'll have artists, and sometimes we'll even plan the whole thing and the club will cancel it last minute.
There's a select few that ruined it, because there's been events, and then boom, man are turning up, pulling out lengs, shooting up the place, this and that. It's just, come on, man, save that shit for like elsewhere, innit? I get it, some people want to make statements, everyone wants to do the gangster thing, whatever, but yo, when it comes to all this, people are trying to run businesses and be professional about shit.
My name is Mike Ray. I'm a recording artist, a video director, and the CEO of Ray Sessions. Until Fargo Village came about, there was not a lot of creative outlets here in Coventry, man. Let's not lie to ourselves, bro. Let's not lie. Then, since Fargo Village came about, the first spot that came about was Cooley's studio. Then the next studio came about, Studio X. And then Ray Session came about, Ray Studio came about. And essentially, I've created a place that I've always wanted for myself when I was growing up and coming up in the game. However, there wasn't one. However, now, all the young talent, you have no excuses.
I gotta big up Ray Sessions, man, because every event I've done where I'm trying to do bits and bobs, in this world we're living in a digital world where you need to be documenting what you're doing. And having the likes of Faz, Ray, Ian come along and capture that moment, 23 films, it's priceless.
Big up Ray Sessions, you know, the best studio in Cov, you get me? Don't fuck with none of them other studios, you get me? Get down to Ray Sessions. Come check Fazman, come check Mike, you get me, they'll hook you up.
A lot of people look to the artists because that's all they're seeing, but they don't realise behind the scene, even down to producers.
Coventry producers, yo, this one, we could go on all day, like.
Oh, there's this one guy, man, I forgot his name. Yo, he's big in the game right now, you know, fucking, is it Fazman or something? Fazman, that's it, Fazman.
You already know how it goes, man. Fazman, hard, the creative, the ultimate #1. Big up Duplex, big up Black Seed, yeah, big up Saint, big up Crofty.
People like from way back that I was listening to their beats, like Climax. I don't even know if he's still making beats. Nobody even knows about man like that. You got X Beats.
We got jams as well. You get me? Clear Jam Studios, them man do their thing.
And then you've got engineers like HK, Nathan. Nathan's hard as well. I remember Nathan from Flipside and Push Studios.
Big up myself, because man, I make beats, you get me? I don't think I get enough credit for that too.
You've got people like Icy Stanley. How can I forget Icy Stanley? You've got Flavor. I don't know if you've heard of Flavor, but yo, Flavor's naughty with it.
Oh, big up Zeno as well. Shit, my nigga Zeno fam, yo, trust me.
Coventry producing scene, yeah, is mad. All you other producers out of Coventry, you better watch out. We're coming for you, bro. We're coming for you. People behind the scenes on the cameras, whether it's on the videos or the pictures or even the graphics that are doing bits in Coventry. You've got people like Biston, you've got people like Temba, you've got AJ, you've got, imagine the whole Ray Sessions crew does camera work and video work and this and that, like it's mad.
We got Raj when he started his track record entertainment movement, that was running the thing for like a couple years, man. He was doing his thing, man.
Osman, he's new but he's hard with the editing and whatnot.
Mo introduced me to video editing, so gotta put him on blast.
Big up to Ollie Online, this guy is active, man. If you need visuals, get at my man, you do it quick time, trust me, man. That's a big up visuals by Ian, my guy Ian, yeah. Big love to my guy Ian, yeah. Cold, probably one of the coldest videographers here in Coventry, man.
Coventry, I feel like well, in my opinion, we've got the best videographer in the world. Gabriel Moses from the jump.
Fred's probably a pioneer in this Coventry video scene. Like if you're in Coventry and you've ever had a music video or you've ever been in the scene, you know who Fred is, and like Fred's got stamps all over him, he's certified. You got people like Dev who've done a lot in the camera scene for Coventry, like Dev C, and yeah, it's just one of them ones. I could name many more and there's names that have skipped my head, but like the Coventry camera scene is definitely on point.
I believe what's needed to take Coventry music scene to the next level is
unity. I'd say unity, man. Like that's the only way scenes have been built, is unity, people working together.
Artists to continue supporting each other, for artists to continue sort of being there for one another, growing together.
I think the biggest thing that can help Cov is people being who they are. If we had just more individuality and like people working together just for the sake of making sick things.
The Coventry music scene is just a mad thing, and if you're not into the Cov music scene, if you don't know any Coventry artists, just do me a favor, take 5 minutes out of your life and just look at some of these artists that have been mentioned, or even just do your own research on the Coventry music scene, and I'm telling you, you're gonna find some gems in there.
Yeah, stop shitting on Cov, man. Let's sit in the world. Yeah, that's it, man. Low.
I remember we was grinding on them pedal bikes, no whap, we had a metal knife. Went to jail, came home, got my cheddar right. I could never snitch to get a lesser time. I remember when robberies kept me energized. Now it's brown curry and I'm selling rice. Approach me wrong, then you could get a right. We were so broke, now all of the gang members be getting nice.
I remember those times. Oh, it was nothing up on the side. If you challenge us, we'll ride, cause this is our block. And we don't own the postcode, but we own the rights to them hard shots. Cause my mom fucking died on this block, so it's mine till I rot. And I don't mind if it's hard or soft. Got a 9 in a sock. Beg you try your luck.
I was in the M135i automatic, sliding through the traffic. Life weren't always nice, I had to earn mine. Wizard in the kitchen with the magic, scrape it and I snap it. They ain't really live it, they fake it and they snap it. She can get tragic, making wish his mother had a fucking miscarriage. After this damage, let it rip, slap him, leave that prick cabbage.
Yo, 8 AM pedal bike trips to the devil's white strip. By 9 PM, I'm probably liquored up, pissed. Gassed off my little one flip, but I was young then. Before that was just robberies with gunmen, running in drug dens. You may not like set up chicks, but I love them. Armed feds on my shit, talking 9 robberies, but I bust them. Fuck them.
So I know why they talking on their socials. I bet they couldn't write it in their local. I've been antisocial, live by my own rules. I think you need to kick back, just slow cool. I've been trapping like Franklin at a snowfall. In the trap watching cats snowball. Remind me to send my guy a postal. Trying to get on top, mind you don't fool. Get nicked and I won't talk.
Yo, who said he wants smoke, fam? We'll have some of that. It's Tommy and Ghost, got you pussies on ropes. We'll have your back against the wall and you ain't gotta drop the soap, from the whole city knows. The real side gen and rules never gon' fold. Be respectable or get smoked. You ain't got the testicles and it shows. You gon' make me pull up and let this thing blow.
That's the real side, motherfucker.
And don't let every dream come true. Such a love must last forever.